The following is a paid program brought to you by My Philly Lawyer. The views and opinions expressed are those of the sponsor and do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of the station and its management.
Good morning. Court Radio is now in session. Call 215-227-2727. When you've got legal questions, we've got the answers. This is Court Radio. And now here's your host, Dean Weitzman.
Good morning, Philadelphia. This is Dean Weitzman, and you're listening to Court Radio. Joined in the studio with my co-host, the one, the only, the inimitable David M. Rappaport.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. And happy
Mother's Day.
Mother's Day.
Yes.
To all our mothers.
It is a Mother Day.
You know, David.
Yes.
If I sound a little funny, I have a combination of a cold and allergies.
The Allercold.
Yeah, I got an Allercold. That's a good one. I got an Allercold.
Yeah.
Give you credit for that.
That's a normal.
Lux Rappaport
Lux.
gets credit for the Allercold definition. So I was kind of out of it yesterday, but I couldn't miss Mother's Day. Hey, here's the hot topic for today, David.
Yes.
If your wife or partner asked you to carry a child, go through labor, and deliver your baby, would you do it?
As a man.
Here's a man who went through it.
That's the doctor laughing. So the story is, that's a contraption that goes around your waist that's supposed to simulate labor in a man, like it's electrodes, and
that was his reaction.
That was his reaction,
yeah.
Which wasn't as bad as I thought it would have been, but
that's usually the reaction I have when clients get their bill from me.
It's just hilarious. That's the doctor laughing, actually. It's like to have a doctor laughing at you while you're in excruciating pain. But
would you do it, David?
No.
No, I would.
Well, I mean, if I had the ability to do it, I can't even wrap my head around it because I have no area within which the baby's going to come out, you know? Like, you know what I mean? I can't wrap my head around physically having, if I had all of the accoutrement on my body to deal with it, then maybe I would, but this isn't a question that we even need to ask because it's not going to ever happen.
Well, moms do that.
Yeah, and it's incredible.
Again and again.
They do. And none of us would be here without that.
That's true.
So we're going to play that clip throughout the show today.
215-227-2727. You're listening to Court Radio. I want to thank our listeners for a job well done. We couldn't have the show without you. If you've got legal questions or you want to comment on today's hot topic, would you have a baby if you were a man? Give us a call at 215-227-2727. And I think you're going to hear later in the show from our moms.
You will.
Yes. As long as they can get it together and make the
phone call. As long as they can, figure it out.
Figure out how to use that cell phone. 215-227-2727. That's the number for Court Radio. That's the number for My Philly Lawyer. If you need legal help, we're here to help you 24/7. Let's talk to Hector. Hector. Hello, Hector.
Hi, how are you?
Good, thanks. Where are you from, Hector?
I am from South Jersey, Gloucester Township.
Gloucester Township. All right. What's a big city in Gloucester Township?
I guess Blackwood would be the biggest one.
Blackwood. I often hear that combined with Clementine.
Clementine.
Well, it's really all part of Blackwood.
Okay.
There's Blackwood Clementine Road. I know that. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
All right.
What's your question?
Well, I'm getting married very soon, and
You sound thrilled.
The person I'm marrying has 2 children, and I wanted to adopt them.
Okay.
And basically, we had everything arranged. The biological father isn't involved in their life at all. He kind of, has abandoned them, doesn't pay child support or anything like that. And I'd spoken to a lawyer previously who told me that he had to sign his rights over. Now, at this point, it seems like he's getting ready to change his mind about signing them over. And I was just curious that if he decides that he doesn't want to go through with this, do I have a recourse?
Sure.
Yeah.
You file a petition for adoption.
You just have to have a hearing. Yeah.
And there would be a hearing before a judge. And the father of the children would need to be notified of that hearing. So you'd actually have to have the petition delivered to him by usually the sheriff of the county in which he lives. And then he has a chance to come to court and argue his case. And then the judge would decide what's in the best interests of the child or children. And so without him signing off on it, you'll have to have that kind of evidentiary hearing to prove that it's that it's in the best interests of the child.
Right.
But if he signs off, then you still need to have a hearing, but it's pro forma. The judge would get all the documents and then the judge would sign off probably, you never know for sure, but certainly if the father agrees and he's properly notified and you're a decent guy and you're trying to make their lives better, all those things come together and, more likely than not, the judge would sign off on it. But without him, without the parent signing off, then you need to have a full-blown hearing with witnesses.
Right.
So it's more expensive and a little bit more time-consuming, but certainly something that's doable.
Okay.
All right?
And that's not different state to state because he lives in a different state.
Well, first it would always go by the state in which the children reside. So if they live here, then that's the law that would apply. Or
right.
When I say here, I'm talking about, in your case, in New Jersey.
Right. Okay.
All right, dude. Thanks for giving us a call. Have a great Sunday.
Thank you very much.
Interesting
you're
question.
Have a good one.
All right.
215-227-2727. So we got Steve. Steve from Upper Darby, PA.
Upper Darby. Steve.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you doing? I have a question. I filed a Chapter 7.
Whoa. Not so quick there, young man. We started this show with...
We have to eviscerate you. So.
No, with a little moaning here. Maybe, that, Steve, that sounded suspiciously like you. Come on, give it up. Was that you, Steve?
Huh?
Was that you moaning?
A little bit. Because, I didn't really want to do it. But
yeah, right.
Get a fresh start on everything.
Would you do if you could? Would you do that? Would you have a baby?
Yes.
You would.
Yes. If it's my wife, yes, I would.
Right. Okay.
All right. And, it would have, we, men and women, each have our own set of equipment, right, that we bring to the table.
Right.
And so this baby would have to be coming out of your set of equipment. Okay? All right.
Oh.
Would you like to revise your answer?
No, that's it. Steve is signed up for the job, okay? All right.
You're going to have to heavily sedate me.
There you go.
Yeah, what guy wouldn't ask for the drugs, right?
Yeah, right.
215. Give me the drugs. All right, Steve, let me ask you. You called in with a question before we started making fun of you. What was your question?
If I filed Chapter 7, right, and I'm financing a vehicle, what happens with the vehicle? Do I keep it? Do I get a title for it, or do I turn it back in?
Usually, when you file a 7, you have property which has a lien against it, you lose the property. And so, because that that car is secured by a loan, and so they're entitled to get their property back. But there are circumstances in which that wouldn't happen, and it really depends on how much equity is in the property, and whether you're willing to, at the conclusion of the Chapter 7, whether you're willing to re-up, so to speak, on that debt. So for your individual circumstances, my best advice is to contact an attorney. But I would say that typically when we have secured property, we can lose that in a bankruptcy unless we're willing to reaffirm, I think is the term bankruptcy lawyers use, reaffirm the debt.
Okay.
All right? You don't get a free car out of it. Usually because there is a lien against it. Would you agree with that, David?
I do agree with that.
Yeah, but I'll tell you,
But I think it depends on how much equity you have too.
Right? Yeah, because there are certain exemptions that you can declare, and maybe you could declare an exemption, and if the car's not worth a lot, maybe you would get it. But again, it really depends on many circumstances, and my best advice is to contact a bankruptcy attorney. And listen, if you want a referral, even though David and I do personal injury, medical malpractice, we're happy to refer our listeners of Court Radio to attorneys who specialize in areas that we don't. And so just give us a call during the week at 215-227-2727. I've got a couple friends who I went to law school with who do nothing but bankruptcy, and they'd be happy to handle your case.
Okay, thank you.
All right, Steve, take care and have a great Sunday.
You too.
All right.
There you go. 2 happy customers.
There we go.
Yeah. 215-227-2727. Would you have a baby if you could, David Rappaport?
I already gave you my answer.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's talk to the woman
Oh, boy.
who gave birth to you.
Dun, 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 dun. Can we have some music for this? Or no? Do we have music? Or could play the moans if you wanted to.
We have Janice on the line. Janice Rappaport, good morning and welcome to Court Radio.
Hello, Mother. Mother dearest. Mommy dearest. Oh, great. My mother's not on the phone. Are you on the phone? Janice Rappaport. Calling Janice Rappaport. Wow. That's a downer.
Know.
What happened, Monica?
Yeah. Janice, where is she? Maybe because I didn't call her by her real name.
Janice has crickets.
It's
She's on the line.
Yeah. We have some technical difficulties here.
Oh, saved by the technical difficulty.
So I didn't call her by her real name.
Wait, she's coming. Here we go.
It's Irma.
Shut up.
Irma Rappaport. No, it's Janice Rappaport. Hello, Janice. Welcome to Court Radio.
Thank you.
Finally.
Yeah, we had you lost in the weeds
We
there.
thought you were off, yeah.
I know you're calling in from Penn State, and we really appreciate your participating today. I want to know, when David said he was going to go to law school, what was your first reaction? You're an educator, so, that's probably something that you thought was a good idea.
Well, I thought David should be a lawyer.
Hey, Mom, are you calling somebody? Uh-oh.
Janice?
She's in a hotel, so the hotel phone. What happened?
I don't know. Janice? It's a cliffhanger. We're all on the edge of our seats. She said, David should have been a lawyer. And that was the end.
What the hell happened there? Wow. Well, not a good representation of the Rappaport genome and, acumen, but,
I'm impressed that she's up and calling from Penn State on Mother's Day.
She must have used her cell phone and something.
She'll be back.
Yeah, she'll be back. We'll deal with it later.
So
what was the question you asked her? When I told her I was going to law school, what was her reaction?
Yeah, what was her reaction?
I'm going to predict that she's going to say that her reaction was Not surprised,
Uh-huh.
even though I didn't decide till very late.
All right, we got Janice back on the line.
Me again.
What
Yes, you
happened?
do.
Yeah, I don't
I-
know. Just stand still, hold the phone carefully.
I am. I am. Somebody, I think, called in here. I'm in the hotel room,
See,
Yeah.
and maybe the
it's your
maybe
wake up
it's
call.
not so connected.
It was
Yeah.
your wake up call.
So
Yes,
go ahead.
yes.
All right,
Let's
so-
jump back. What happened when David told you, Mom, I'm going to go to law school?
Okay. Well, I already knew that he should be a lawyer, or at least he should think about it, because when he played a game outside with his friends, he always wanted everyone to follow the rules, his rules.
That's right.
Even if they didn't know them, he would tell them what they were.
That's right.
I could hear him arguing from my kitchen window.
Yeah.
And he wasn't afraid to say what they were and to argue no matter who was playing the game with him.
That's
so
right.
I knew,
Rules.
he should be a lawyer. That would be a good expression for him. That would be something he
Yeah.
could do.
See, rules.
that's it.
Rules make a difference. They were my
Rules do.
rules.
Yeah.
I made them up. But you know,
So Janice, so you're now we flash forward. David's practicing law, and he said, "Mom, I'm going to be a radio personality.
Right.
I'm doing court radio." What were you happy about that? You know, you're one of our most ardent fans. You're listening every Sunday morning.
This is the first Sunday that I've been home that I haven't listened to the radio. I listen every single Sunday. I enjoy it. I really do. I love to hear you two, and I love to hear the callers. I think they have great questions, and I enjoy listening to the show.
What a
See?
mom!
And I
What
love
an
hearing
educator!
my son speak. and
that's
answer
that's
those
really
questions.
what it is.
I loved hearing my son
She
speak.
likes to
Yes.
hear me, and you know, when
Yeah.
you talk, it's a little harsh, but then when I get on, everything's
It's soft.
well.
Yeah. All right.
Well,
love it.
David knows all the answers, so,
So-
I like to hear.
Are you you're getting ready to come home, right? Drive from Penn
Yes,
State.
we are.
The long drive.
It is. It's about 4 hours, and we had a busy night, a busy weekend, but very nice, Grandson graduating college, very nice.
See? It's wonderful.
And now
Yeah.
I have a son that's on the radio and is a radio personality.
There he is.
What more can you ask for? You got a son who's on the radio. He's a lawyer.
Right.
You got a grandson who's graduated Penn
God
State.
bless. God bless you, Irma Rappaport.
Irma, shut up.
All
By
right.
the way, my name is Janice, not Eunice.
There you go.
Eunice.
Tell him. Chastise him.
Janice.
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 You raised your family in the Northeast,
Northeast.
and
Correct.
my mom and dad raised us at the same time. Like David and I are only like a year apart or so. It was a good time. We had wonderful neighbors. It was very
Neighborhoody, yeah.
very community oriented. It was nice.
Yes.
Lots
Thank you,
different.
Janice. Thank you for everything you've done for David, because he's a great co-host.
Thank
for
you,
Court
Mom.
Radio.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. It was a pleasure being still your mom.
Happy Mother's Day.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Thanks,
All right.
David. I'll
Bye-bye.
see you later on.
Okay.
All right.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, there you go.
All right. There you go.
It was a little hard getting her on,
It
but
was, but we
well
prevailed.
worth it.
Yes.
Eunice.
I can't wait till your mom gets on.
Lenny.
Lenny is patiently waiting.
Yeah. Let's talk to Brenda from North Philly, who's got a question. Happy Mother's Day, Brenda.
Thank you.
You're welcome, dear. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
Good.
Good. So, are you? Is this the first time that you're listening to Court Radio?
Oh, no, I listen every Sunday.
Oh, that's
Every
wonderful.
Sunday.
What are you going to do today?
Hopefully nothing.
That's it.
Yeah,
I'm with you.
You just relax. So, what's your question?
I have a 20-year-old credit card debt. It has since come off of my credit report, and I have repaired my credit. Now I have a credit company, a credit collection company that's attempting to collect on that debt.
Yeah, it's uncollectible.
Yeah.
What? Let me ask you a question. When was the last time you made a payment on that debt?
About 2 years ago.
I want to tell you that what happens is when you have old debt and you continue to every now and again get convinced to make a payment, it it reiterates the debt.
Okay, that's what I thought.
So you kind of you take debt which is uncollectible and you make it somewhat collectible because the statute of limitations gets started over again usually, and then if you don't pay the debt for 4 years, then technically at that point the statute has run. In Pennsylvania anyway, there's a 4-year statute on contracts, and once you're in breach of that contract for 4 years and they didn't do anything to collect it, then they can't. But if you if every 4 years you make a little payment to them, you just keep that cycle going.
So what would if I do not pay on it? What would they probably do?
Nothing.
They either can do nothing, or because they're within the statute, they can file a lawsuit against you to get the money back. They could, that's really all they can do. Try and get a judgment against you, and then you'll have to pay it back at some point.
But you won't know that until you could always let's see if that happens.
Sure, and then you can't lose anything by not doing anything. And then because it's on your credit, and it's whatever negative effect it's had,
it's continuing to have. It's not going to get any worse probably, but they could try to file a lawsuit against you depending on how much the debt is. How much is the debt?
$20,000.
Yeah, $20,000. Most of that's probably interest over the years.
Yeah, if it's that old. Yeah.
Horrible.
Yeah, that's horrible. Credit card companies.
I would say that, but the answer to your question is they can file suit if you've been paying periodically and it's within 4 years of your last payment. I suppose technically they are not out of the statute of limitations. Okay?
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Take care. 215-227-2727. Now, drum roll.
This is
we have
the woman who gave
my
sacrificed
mom,
her life.
I'll leave it up to you, David. We got Lenora Weitzman on the line.
Lenny.
Hi,
hey, it's David.
Hi, David. How are you?
I'm well. I'm going to question you a little bit about your son, so you can tell everybody about how wonderfully brilliant he is. And maybe not so brilliant. When did you first? Did you realize that Dean wanted to be a lawyer before he did, or did he sort of tell you, "I want to be a lawyer"?
No, he was born a lawyer, David.
Oh, he was born. Wow, I like that answer. Why was he born a lawyer? What did he do?
I don't know. He was so smart. And he came out a lot of years later after all my other children, but I'll tell you, he was a sharp kid. And he did what he wanted.
He did what he wanted. He didn't listen.
Of course, I did a little spoiling, but he's the best.
Oh, no, you didn't spoil Dean. No one would ever figure that one out. But
yes, I did.
But I have to bring something up there. I remember years ago, you came to the office, and I happened to be there. And walking down the hall, I heard you call him something. I don't know whether this was a name that you always call him or whether you just came up with it on the spot. But you said, "Hey, Mouthy." Hey, Mouthy, come over here.
Yeah, there's your answer.
It was definitely on the spot. Yeah,
Mouthy.
She's like that. She's a pretty sharp cookie. She comes up with answers pretty quickly. Mom, Happy Mother's Day, Mom.
Right, though.
Yeah, listen, I want to thank you for being my mom today and, raising me. When I was younger, David,
yes,
our house was like Grand Central Station. It still is. Yeah. She taught me, if anything, accepting other people for who and what they are.
Okay. Well, that's a good lesson.
Yeah. We had people of all races, sexual identities. There was a period of time when I was raised by a transsexual.
Wow.
She's
laughing.
She hired a housekeeper. It was like Birdcage at my house. Okay, what was the character's name in Birdcage?
I don't know the name, but you're talking about the Nathan Lane character or the Robin Williams character, or both.
No, neither. The one, the one who.
Oh, the other one. Yeah, I remember.
The one who would wear the hot pants.
Yeah, the it was like the butler. Or
yeah, right. I had a butler like that. Lenny brought home everybody. God bless her.
You know, it's interesting. Well, you and I both come from households. Like as you said, my mother was a teacher, my father was a teacher, but they were very involved with the teachers and union and workers' rights and things like that. And my household was similar. We would have exchange students a lot. Sometimes we have I remember, you'll love this, Dean. When I was a little too young, just a little bit, and I wish I could go back in time. We had the Swedish gymnastics team, like
the entire team.
Well, no, 4 of the members of the Swedish gymnastics team stayed at my house, slept over for like 3 nights. 4 Swedish gymnasts, and I was just too young to appreciate that.
Yeah.
You know,
we'd have Sunday morning breakfast, and all the neighbors would come over every Sunday.
Yeah.
It was good times. Good times. So, anything else you want to add, Mom?
Just that I am so glad that God gave me you.
Wow.
Really,
that's nice.
Really.
All right.
You're the best.
Love you, Mom. Thank you.
Kind, and you're warm, and you were good to my parents, and I love you so much I could just sit here and cry.
All right.
Wow.
Don't break down because
glowing reports.
Yeah, we'll be making fun of you later. Don't worry. But
okay, David.
All right. Thank you.
Happy holiday.
I will for you.
All right. Take care, Mom. Love you. See you later.
Yeah, I will.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, Angel.
Angel.
There you go.
Boy, I'll tell you, where else can you get glowing accolades like that except from your mother?
Really?
Because you won't be getting them from me. That's for sure. I know Dean Weitzman.
Come on. I'm a little angel. All right. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. We got more moms to come.
If you have legal problems and need answers, call My Philly Lawyer, Dean Weitzman, first at 215-227-2727 for personal injury, medical malpractice, birth injury, and more. Call Dean first.
He will fight for your rights. That's what Dean Weitzman is all about.
Call My Philly Lawyer, Dean Weitzman, first. 215-227-2727. My Philly Lawyer, when winning matters most. For 20 years, Center City Medical Center has provided premium expert medical services for Philadelphia. Whether you need musculoskeletal rehab or an immigration physical, call 888-945-EXAM. Our board-certified physicians have more than 80 years' experience from post-injury rehab to DNA paternity testing. To make an appointment at one of our 3 convenient locations, call 888-945-EXAM. Get premium expert care. Center City Medical Center, serving Northeast, North, and Center City, Philadelphia. If you've been injured on the job and are entitled to workers' comp, you need someone fighting for you from the start. Call Jeffrey Gross, attorney at law. Don't rely on your employer or insurance company to get it right. Call 215-512-1500. If you're entitled to workers' comp or it's being challenged, Jeffrey Gross can help get the money you deserve, and he won't get paid unless you get paid. Call 215-512-1500. Jeffrey Gross, attorney at law, representing Pennsylvania's injured workers for more than 20 years. It's a legal and financial squeeze. You're unable to work because of an accident, but your legal case is still not settled, so you can't pay the bills to take care of your family. But now, thanks to U.S. Claims, you can. If you have a pending lawsuit, call 1-877-U.S. Claims. While you're waiting for your settlement, U.S. Claims can help you pay the bills. Get out of the squeeze. Call 1-877-U.S. Claims today.
following is a paid program brought to you by My Philly Lawyer. The views and opinions expressed are those of the sponsor and do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of the station and its management.
Need more legal answers? Here's more Court Radio with your host, Dean Weitzman.
Good morning and welcome back. It's Court Radio, and it is the 10th of May, and it's Mother's Day, ladies. Happy Mother's Day, David.
Yay. Oh, thank you.
Uh-huh.
You calling me a mother?
I did many times.
Yeah, no kidding.
David Rappaport, our co-host at Court Radio.
Hello.
Kaboom.
Yes.
Woo. Men. If your wife or partner asked you to carry a child, go through labor, and deliver, would you do it?
Oh, that doesn't sound good. The music. That music behind it is hilarious. The music's like...
Let's talk to Fred from Upland, PA. Yo, Fred, welcome to Court Radio.
Hello.
Hi.
Yes, I have a question.
You ready to give birth?
Whoa.
We have a question first.
Whoa. Fred, you heard of the hot button topic today. Before you get to ask your question, we need an answer. Would you have a baby?
No, I would not.
There's my man.
An honest man. The population would come to an end.
Yeah, no freaking way. No freaking way.
I think the population would come to... All right, Fred. So where's Upland, PA?
It's right next to Chester. It's a part of Chester.
Chester, okay. So you're near the casino?
Not too far from it.
Do you ever go over there?
No, not a gambler.
Not a gambler. I watched the movie The Gambler this weekend. And
the original one?
No, the new one.
Yeah, well.
It was pretty scary.
Yeah.
That dude was taking some chances in
Paul
life.
Newman is the...
Yeah, I guess he was.
Yeah. So, Fred, you're not a chance taker. What's your question?
I was in a car accident a little while back.
How long ago?
Well, February the 17th.
Okay. Not too long ago. But all right, go ahead. What's your question?
The insurance company is trying to settle without them taking my estimates in consideration. It was a 3-car accident. His insurer only had $5,000 liability.
Mm-hmm. $5,000 property damage. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yes. Mm-hmm. The lady who he hit, I guess her car was pretty bad, and then her car hit my car, which wasn't that bad. But the question I have is this here: can they make me an offer without me turning in an estimate? They just going off of their pictures.
That's unusual, but
yeah.
Do you have collision on your policy?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so you're fine. I mean, absent your deductible, whatever they ultimately don't give you, if it's not enough, your company is responsible to give you, everything but your deductible. But you should get an estimate, and you should get your company to.
Have you gotten an estimate yet, Fred?
Yes, I have. After they had sent me what they was going to offer me, I told them I refused that offer because they didn't even take into consideration me getting an estimate or me bringing my car somewhere so it can get an estimate.
Okay.
I refused their offer, and I sent them back my 2 estimates, and I told them you have to, I guess, readjust your whatever it is you need to readjust to make me a fair offer, a better offer.
And how much did they offer you?
$462.
And how much was your property damage?
So far, I got 2 estimates, one from the dealer and one from a reputable company that I wouldn't mind taking my car to. The dealer was like $1,450, and the reputable company was like close to $1,100.
Mm-hmm. So if you go to the dealer and you have a $500 deductible?
Yes.
So you'd get about $900 out of your company, out of your insurance company.
The thing about that is I hear people say that if it's not your fault, the insurance company won't go up on you. They do, regardless. I don't care what nobody says. They do.
Well,
They'll find a way to say that.
No, you're
they
right.
want to go across the board.
They can raise your rate. They can raise your rate if they pay your car, even if it wasn't your fault.
Right,
Which
so
I don't agree with.
Turn into my insurance company. I don't need my rates going up.
Well, but here's what I tell my clients all the time, and I know Dean does as well. We've talked about this.
Well, I don't
what
know.
do you pay all these premiums for?
Right, but he's making a financial decision because it's only $900.
Yeah, but first of all, here's what you should do.
If it was a bodily injury claim worth $10,000, it's a different question.
I still don't agree. I still think you need to do this. You need to call. First of all, you should have your company be honest with you. You've been paying them thousands of dollars every year, and this is what you pay for. So call them up and say, "Here's the deal. I'm getting screwed out of of $1,000. I'm afraid to use my own insurance because you may raise my rate. Are you going to raise my rate?" Because a lot of times they won't. If you haven't made a claim in the last 5 years, 3 years, they won't raise you.
That's just it. I just switched to this company about maybe 3 years ago.
Okay.
But before then, I was with Allstate for 15 years, and I probably filed a claim with Allstate probably once.
You see,
15 years.
This is why I hate insurance companies. I hate insurance. The way that they make you afraid. You spend thousands of dollars a year, and then you're afraid to use it. I say screw them, use it, and fight them if they raise your rate, and say, why are you raising my rate? I never made a claim. I mean,
Fred brings up a good point, though, and I want our listeners to get wrap this around their heads.
Yeah.
The point he brings up that I think is important is when you're struck by somebody who maintains the minimum Pennsylvania coverage. In Pennsylvania, all we need to have to be legal is $5,000 in property damage coverage. Now, if they did $10,000 worth of damage to the car in front of them and then $1,400 to Fred's car, there's $11,400 in damage.
Right.
But they only have five, right. And that's all they're ever going to have to pay. And so they're going to pay a pro rata or portion of the full damages to each of the parties. So the woman who's got $10,000 in damage may only get $4,500, and Fred's going to get $500, and they're going to call it a day.
Well, and
both of them are going to be out-of-pocket money.
Well, they're allowed. The thing you have to understand, because you explain that to people, and the reaction will be this. But I didn't cause the accident. Why, Dean? Why? Why can't I sue them? The answer is that's all you can get from their insurance. You have a right to sue them personally after that for the excess, but good luck getting any money from that.
But David presumes
they have something.
No, that you didn't have to sign a release to get the money.
But you always do have
to. But you always have to sign a release.
That's right.
So the insurance company isn't going to give you the money without you giving up your rights to sue their insured. So it's a catch-22, and you have to make sure that you have good insurance on your end. Now, in this case, it's not a big deal, frankly, because you're going to be out of pocket $1,000 if you use the higher estimate, or maybe $700 if you use the lower estimate, and that's not a good day's. Nobody's looking forward to losing $700, but in the grand scheme of things, that's not the end of the world.
But for raising your rate, they can only raise it a specific amount, and I believe it's something close to if they're going to raise it 10% or so, and for a certain number of years, 3 years. So you have to factor that in and figure out how much if they raised it, how much is it going to cost me, and is it worth?
Yeah, but this is only $700.
Well, but still, if let's say
they raised it $50,
$50 a year, and then who's going to?
Yeah,
then you would want to get the $700. I think
you would.
So
Fred.
But the question I have is this here: can they make a decision without my estimate?
They can do it.
They can do it.
They can do whatever they want.
They can do whatever they want. But the reason they don't care about estimates, I think, is because the damages on the other car are so great,
right,
that they're using up their $5,000 and you're getting a piece of it. They know they're not paying you the full value of your case, but they can't give you the full value. To give you the full value would mean the woman in the middle got even less than she's entitled to. That's my suspicion.
Yeah.
But you don't have to sign anything, and they might not resolve the case until you sign something. They might not give the other. They're not going to give the other woman.
according to the letter that I'm reading, they want to give us both 63%, but they're giving 63% of his estimate instead of my estimate.
Yeah, but
do I have to use this estimate?
But
That's
listen,
the question I have.
listen. The answer is no.
No.
The answer is no. But what are we talking about? 63% of 1,100 is maybe what, $700? So you're talking about a difference of about $200 and some dollars. But yeah, the answer to your question is no, you don't have to accept that. And you can tell them, no, I'm not taking it. You can collect from your own insurance company or pay it out of pocket and then sue them for the different, for your money back. You can do any of the above.
Okay.
All right, Fred from Upland, thanks for calling us and have a great Sunday.
All right, thank you.
And-
Will I get a T-shirt?
You can.
Sure, you can.
Because you're such a
'Cause you asked
gentleman
for
and
it.
you asked for it, we're going to give you a T-shirt.
And you're going to give birth, one day. So
See you, Fred. Hold on, Fred.
All right.
hold on.
215-227-2727. David, I'm blessed
Yes.
with more than one mom, and she's on the line.
How's that possible?
Hey, God is good to me. Mom, how are you?
Hi, baby boy. How you doing?
I'm good, thanks. We had moms calling in, and I can't have moms calling in without you calling in, too. I love you. I thank you. Happy Mother's Day.
Thank you.
How did I...
Yeah, let's explain this
How did
relationship.
I become your son?
Well, it's now been 23 years.
There you go.
And you was a young lawyer, and you had just got out of law school, and I had an accident. And someone gave me your card, and I called you up. But what really impressed me was that when I said I was coming to your office, you said, no, you were in the accident, and I will drive and see you. And you left Philly and came over to Jersey.
Boy, that's the last time that ever happened.
Yeah.
He doesn't do that.
Right.
He doesn't do that anymore.
Lil's the last mom I have in New Jersey.
And we became friends, and after you sold my case and everything, I still kept in contact with you. And any problem I had, you would say, okay, give me the phone number, I'll take care of it. And later on, you kept saying, you just like my mom.
Yeah.
And you start calling me mom. And from then, the Lord used you, and everybody calls me mom now.
Yeah, I know. Right. After me, there's 57 more children you had. You were a prosperous
Wow.
mother.
It's still going. And still going, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still
So,
having children.
You know what? I just thought about, how I think about things. I thought about now you naming your firm My Philly Lawyer.
Yeah.
So the M stands for you have a very sharp mind.
Mind.
The P stands for you are persistent. And the L stands for you are loyal and you love what you do.
There you go. MPL.
Wow. MPL, My Philly Lawyer.
Yes.
Thank you. Listen, I just want to say that, I know whenever I have bad times in my life, I know you're always there praying for me and being my support, being my biggest cheerleader. And I love you, and I thank you for everything you've done for me. And I thank you for your relationship.
Oh, and I love you. You know I love you. I'm always texting you.
Yes,
and,
you are.
And you always get back to me. And I thank God for you being in my life, and you will always be in my life until he decides to take me home.
God bless. Thank
God
you,
bless.
Lil. See you later today, okay?
Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's
all right.
Day.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Well, that's weird. I thought MPL was mediocre plaintiff lawyer. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
She schooled me on that.
It
Ah,
took,
you like that?
Yeah, it took you all of
It did.
10 minutes to come up with that.
Well, I was like, what can I say that's airworthy? Because I came up with a lot of other ones in my mind, but that one was
All right, David. Well, we
family oriented.
We had all the moms. We've done our mom show, but we got to take a break because the real sponsors of Court Radio need to need to have their say as well.
Yes.
All right, folks, we're going to be right back in 2 minutes after these station announcements.
If you have legal problems and need answers, call My Philly Lawyer, Dean Weitzman, first at 215-227-2727 for personal injury, medical malpractice, birth injury, and more. Call Dean first.
He will fight for your rights. That's what Dean Weissman is all about.
Call My Philly Lawyer, Dean Weitzman, first. 215-227-2727. My Philly Lawyer, when winning matters most. For 20 years, Center City Medical Center has provided premium expert medical services for Philadelphia. Whether you need musculoskeletal rehab or an immigration physical, call 888-945-EXAM. Our board-certified physicians have more than 80 years' experience from post-injury rehab to DNA paternity testing. To make an appointment at one of our 3 convenient locations, call 888-945-EXAM. Get premium expert care. Center City Medical Center, serving Northeast, North, and Center City, Philadelphia. If you've been injured on the job and are entitled to workers' comp, you need someone fighting for you from the start. Call Jeffrey Gross, attorney at law. Don't rely on your employer or insurance company to get it right. Call 215-512-1500. If you're entitled to workers' comp or it's being challenged, Jeffrey Gross can help get the money you deserve, and he won't get paid unless you get paid. Call 215-512-1500. Jeffrey Gross, attorney at law, representing Pennsylvania's injured workers for more than 20 years. It's a legal and financial squeeze. You're unable to work because of an accident, but your legal case is still not settled, so you can't pay the bills to take care of your family. But now, thanks to U.S. Claims, you can. If you have a pending lawsuit, call 1-877-US-CLAIMS. While you're waiting for your settlement, U.S. Claims can help you pay the bills. Get out of the squeeze. Call 1-877-US-CLAIMS today.
The following is a paid program brought to you by My Philly Lawyer. The views and opinions expressed are those of the sponsor and do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of the station and its management.
Need more legal answers? Here's more Court Radio with your host, Dean Weitzman.
Good morning. This is your co-host, David Rappaport, talking. And Dean is giving me the right and privilege to come back in. Dean, you're with us today, right?
I am, David.
He's got a little itchy, scratchy, mouthy throat.
There you go.
So, happy Mother's Day, by the way, to everybody out there. We've had our mothers on, and we've celebrated. We hope you are going to celebrate. And we have a hot...
You know what? We did forget to mention that today is the Susan B. Komen...
That's true, every Mother's Day.
Walk for cancer.
Yep,
and
breast cancer. I guess it's all cancers now.
I think my sister Shelly is down there doing...
Walking?
No, she's working the walk.
Well, there's a lot of volunteers,
Yeah,
definitely.
she's volunteering, and she does every year. So
This is the original pink ribbon, right?
Applause to Shelly and my sister Ellen.
Isn't that...
all the mothers.
The pink ribbon was originated with the Susan B. Komen?
It was. You're right, David.
Yeah. I think
they did a great marketing job.
Yeah.
I mean, just from a marketing perspective. From a marketer, I can appreciate that.
It definitely took hold, and it means a lot of things now, but the pink one is always identifiable with that.
And now they have a 3-day walk, like a 60-mile walk.
That's not the one.
Well, it culminates today. I think it started on Friday.
Wow.
And they do Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and it culminates today, I believe. But yeah, they're serious walkers.
Yeah, 60 miles,
20 miles a day for 3 days
Sounds
in a
like,
row.
Frank Brightman, maybe.
Yeah, it could be a Frankie Brightman.
Anyway, okay, Gary, we have Gary on the line from Camden, New Jersey, line 4. Hey, Gary. Gary. Oh, Gary left. Oh, crickets. Well, Gary did put a little note on his question that he would not have a baby for his partner.
There you go.
He answered the hot button topic. But...
See, David, what happens? I give you the opportunity.
I know. Well,
it's not my fault.
Sorry.
Let's talk to China from Collingdale, PA. Oh, China, welcome to Court Radio.
Good morning. Thank you for taking my call.
Is it appropriate to say Happy Mother's Day, China?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Happy Mother's Day.
See, I don't like to assume, I mean, not every woman is foolhardy enough to have babies, but most of them are. So, China, how many kids do you have?
I have 3.
That's wonderful. What is it, boys, girls?
I have 2 sons and 1 daughter.
Okay.
All right.
So, did you hear our show earlier on when we had that guy on who was having a baby and he was moaning?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Did that bring back memories? Was that like a PTSD flashback moment for you?
Kind of, yes.
Yeah. I mean, but you would think, like, we human beings must have an uncanny ability to forget about pain because China did it 3 times.
Yeah.
Yes.
Did you get
and it's always worth it.
Did you get the drugs though?
No, actually, I had natural.
Oh my Lord!
Yeah.
Grin and bear it. All right. Well, for that, I don't know. We should give you 3 questions or something. But we'll take your first question. What's your question, China?
Well, I have a state question, and my state question is: I am in the process of selling my parents' home, and I am the executor.
Okay.
But I'm kind of want to get a feel of what will be happening at closing.
Okay.
You'll be signing papers.
Yeah.
And a lot of them.
Did you sell the house? You got a buyer?
I got a buyer. And I found out, if you can correct me, the inheritance tax is going to be 4.5%.
Right.
Yeah, I think it's 4.2 something now. It goes down, and I'm not sure, but yeah, it's close enough.
Okay.
And
now I guess my biggest question is, from the total selling price, I have a seller estimate net sheet, and they have some figures where they got deductions, and my net proceed to seller.
Yes.
I'm not sure if the inheritance tax is coming out from, or should I deduct from the proceed or from the total price of the home?
Do you have a lawyer?
I'm getting one.
All right, and that's good. And the reason is, technically, there's 2 answers to your question. Yes, the whole thing is subject to inheritance tax. However, you need to do, when you're done with everything, what's called an inheritance tax return. And that return lists all of the assets of the estate, which would be, part of them would be the proceeds from the sale. But there's deductions that you can make, just like a regular tax return, like the funeral expenses. You as the executrix get to take a deduction. There's a family deduction. All these things come off the gross value of the estate.
So the answer is that it should not come at the settlement table. They
Correct.
shouldn't take the 4.5%.
No.
But they may escrow funds for that. They may put funds aside. Depends on the settlement. Depends on the title company. If they're comfortable that a lawyer's involved and that the money's going to be, but they could put some money aside that they use for taxes. But you don't want to pay the taxes until you have done what David suggests, and that is make sure you've gotten all of the deductions you're entitled to.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, people can do it themselves, but I wouldn't recommend it. And I don't think a lawyer would charge a lot of money to do an inheritance tax return and make sure the estate is.
And listen, I don't know if you have an attorney yet, but if you don't, all you got to do is just call Saul. Saul Langsam from My Philly Lawyer takes all of the estate issues and runs with them. You just give us a call at 215-227-2727, and Saul will make sure that everything is taken care of and that you're protected.
Okay. Because someone told me I need to open up a bank account.
Yes.
Being in the state of my dad's
That's
name.
correct.
You should.
You should
open up an estate account. Is this the only asset of the estate? Is this home, or are there other assets as well?
This is the only asset.
Okay. So
I mean, technically, the lawyer could pass it through his escrow account.
Yeah, you may be able to have the lawyer
do
that for you. But in any event, if you have a lawyer, use them. If you don't, give us a call, 215-227-2727, and ask for Saul. Thanks, China. China, stay on the line. I'm going to get you a T-shirt for your fabulous question and for Mother's Day. Wear it proudly. Hold on.
Have a good day.
You
All
too.
right, hold on.
All right, let's check in with Lee from East Mount area on line 4. Hey, Lee, welcome to Court Radio. Oh, Lee. Lee?
Yes.
Hi, Lee.
Hey.
There you are.
Oh, okay.
You're on the line. East Mount area is being represented today by Lee. Welcome and happy Mother's Day.
Well, thank you so much, and I enjoyed listening to you and David.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
So, Lee, are you in fact a mom?
I am.
All right.
How many kids, Lee?
5.
Wow.
5 fine young men.
Whoa.
Whoa. Would any of those fine young men have a baby of their own if they were capable? Which is our question
no.
today. Yeah,
No.
exactly.
No. You know,
They put you through enough. They know that they couldn't handle it.
did you raise the kids in East Mount Airy?
I did.
Yeah. Are you still in the same house?
I am.
Wow.
Some of those boys still living with you?
No.
Kick their butts right
And
out.
Lee doesn't sound disappointed by
No.
that in the least.
She's living the life. Finally.
Yeah.
but they were good boys. So
Yeah. And they come home and they still have their family house to come home to. That's nice.
Yeah.
So
I figure, why go anywhere else now? It's just my husband and I, so I don't need a great big palatial place. We just go visit and travel.
there
Right.
you go.
Yeah, sure. Smart.
Uh-huh. So tell me something. What's your question, Lee?
Okay. My brother was in the veterans home in Louisiana,
Mhm.
and he died April 2nd. And, he had been there since 1993. However, he was divorced from his wife, who also lives there, but she has taken care of him just like they were still married. She would make sure he had everything he needed. Of course, whatever monies were left in his account at the nursing home, she couldn't get because she was divorced. So at the nursing home, they had me fill out a proof of heirship,
Okay.
or proof of heir or some paper, and they sent the money to me. So now I want to know, do I pay taxes on it, or what do I, or am I going to get something for taxes?
Well, let me ask you a question. Can you would you reveal about how much it is?
About $10,000.
Okay. So if he had died in Pennsylvania and the property passed to you in Pennsylvania, you'd pay about $450 or 4.5%.
Even less because the deductions that you could,
What?
So,
Right. Well,
yeah.
assuming no deductions.
Right. $400.
You'd pay about $450. Now,
Okay.
The property was from Louisiana. Okay, you just happen to live here, and so
and we don't know what their
I would
inheritance
suggest
tax
to you that this would be something handled under Louisiana law.
Okay.
And so while David and I can't answer that question, I suspect it's not a lot of money, if there's any.
They may not have any inheritance tax in Louisiana.
And so I'd say probably wait and see if they ever get on your case.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think it's worth doing anything proactively right now. Maybe you can look into it.
But I mean, if you wanted to, you call a Louisiana lawyer.
Yeah, just see if they're.
Because I went to a lawyer to just because he was a friend of the family to fill out and get the statement notarized for the nursing home to release the funds to me. So.
Okay.
All right, listen, Lee,
Yeah.
we got to run. Mother's Day is almost over. We're going to ask you to stay on the line. Monica's going to get your address, and we're going to get you the last Court Radio T-shirt for the day.
Thank you so much. Thank you so very much, and I'll keep listening.
Thank you so much. Have a great Sunday. Happy Mother's Day, Lee.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Folks, we're all out of time. We appreciate your patronage to Court Radio. Keep on listening. David, thanks for your participation today.
Yo, happy Mother's Day.
Take care, folks. See you next week.
The preceding was a paid program of MyPhillyLawyer.com.